I have consistently went to the gym for 16 months now. And if you are somebody who's just starting in the gym, but you're feeling like quitting, then I'm here to tell you that this is a completely normal part of the 5 stages of the emotional cycle of change. And in this video, I'm going to help you understand what that is, so that you can actually stay consistent in the gym and push through this hard time that you're going through. And you might be thinking to yourself, like, what the fuck is the emotional cycle of change? The emotional cycle of change consists of 5 parts. And the first stage is uninformed optimism. And in this stage, you're going to be really optimistic, you're going to be really motivated to go to the gym. So you're going to be like, you've already been there. So it's like, you're going to the gym and you're like, okay, I can't wait to actually get in shape. You're super motivated. You're not in shape at all right now, but you just are super happy and motivated to go. And that's because you're uninformed. You're overlooking all the challenges ahead. So you're just, going to the gym, you're super psyched. But what you don't realize is that within a few weeks, you're going to hit informed pessimism. So you're going to be going to the gym and you're going to realize that, okay, shit, this is actually hard. And you're not going to enjoy it as much as you used to, because it's like the beginner's motivation just wore off. So now you're kind of pessimistic about it. You're like, okay, maybe this isn't for me. I don't know if I should do this. And you're having negative thoughts and you don't even really want to go. And this informed pessimism leads you to the worst part of the 5 stages of the emotional cycle of change, where most people actually quit. And if you don't quit this, then you are like, I don't know the exact percentages, but you're definitely in like the upper half of people, okay? This is called the valley of despair, where all that informed pessimism settles in, you're super depressed over it, you're like, okay, you know what, this is where I'm gonna quit, I don't think I can do this anymore. And you're gonna have all of these limited beliefs that you're being hit with. We've all been there. Everybody who's actually been consistent in the gym for, over a few months has been in the valley of despair. And this is where you have to really push through, but most people actually don't. And this is where you're going to actually get ahead of everybody else. This is where it's going to decide whether or not you're going to get ahead of other people or you're just going to be like everybody else and quit. But if you do actually push through the valley of despair, then you're going to hit informed optimism. Not uninformed optimism, informed optimism. So that means that you're going to be optimistic and know the difficulties. You're going to know this is pretty difficult, but you know what? I just ruthlessly pushed through the valley of despair, and I actually realized there's some good shit at the end of this tunnel. There's some light at the end of this tunnel, bro. So you're going to do that, and then I really hope the best for you, that you actually do make it to informed optimism, because that informed optimism will lead you to the final stage of success and fulfillment. So to be clear, the 5 stages of the emotional cycle of change are uninformed optimism, informed pessimism, the valley of despair, informed optimism, and then success and fulfillment. Now I am 100% past the stage of the valley of despair. I would go as far to say where I'm at the success and fulfillment stage. Now, obviously, I don't have the exact body that I want, but I have a body that is aesthetic and I'm happy with. And of course, I want to get bigger and I'm going to the gym 5 days a week to do so. But I do feel like very successful and fulfilled in what I did and what I'm doing right now. So if you actually do want to get to this stage, then stick with me in this video. Because if you clicked on this video, most likely you're at the valley of despair. And you've been having these thoughts that you actually want to quit, and it's not as good as you thought it would be. And that is 100% normal. Literally, everybody goes through this. So, the way that you can divide yourself from the masses is to just push through with the grit and discipline that you need. Because what's going to happen is, people are either going to quit here. The majority of people, they're just going to go ahead, quit what they were doing, be like, okay, this was too much for me. Or a lot of people, and honestly, you might do this too, you'll just go ahead and look for another shiny object. You'll go ahead and look for something else that has uninformed optimism. So let's say you're weight training, you're lifting some weights, and then you're like, okay, fuck, this is hard. Then you're going to be like, oh my god, calisthenics. And then you're going to be super hyped and be like, okay, calisthenics is great. But then you're just going to go through the same cycle again with calisthenics. So it's like you could just stick to what you're doing right now, go through the grit and discipline in the valley of despair, or you could go ahead and just reset the cycle by starting something new. And for the people who just don't go ahead and quit it altogether, they're probably just gonna go ahead and find something new. But if you want to actually stand out from the masses, then you have to go ahead and just push through with this grit and discipline so that you can go ahead and hit informed optimism. Anyways, bro, subscribe to this channel if you are a young man who's just starting in the gym, or you're looking to start in the gym and you want to actually be consistent and disciplined so that you can build an aesthetic body that you're happy with. So a few tips that I can give you for this valley of despair is to just really think about why you started this. Think about why you started going to the gym. Maybe you went for some health reasons, or maybe you were being completely honest with yourself and you just wanted to get girls. So just rethink why you actually went to the gym. Because for me, I wanted to build an aesthetic body, be more attractive, get more girls. And I'm not afraid to admit that. I feel like a lot of guys are. So just admit to yourself fully why you wanted to go to the gym, and then go ahead and tap back into that. Be like, okay, I have to do this. So then you can look past where you're in right now, and you can look at it more in the long run of, okay, this is what I want, and this is what I have to do to get there. And then just discipline yourself to get that result, okay? Because after you're past the valley of despair, you don't actually need as much discipline as you think. A lot of beginners, they don't need much discipline because they're motivated in the uninformed optimism stage. So they'll be super motivated, but then they will need the discipline when they hit the valley of despair. And that's where a lot of them fall off. So if you can get the discipline, then you can stand out. And then once you get through that, then you actually don't even need as much discipline as you think, because when you're at the success and fulfillment stage or the informed optimism, then it's like you're motivated a lot of the time. Because for me, yes, of course I'm disciplined when I need to be, but there's a lot of days where I actually just genuinely want to go to the gym. And if you can push through that using the tactics that I teach on this channel of how to be more disciplined and consistent, then you can hit the stage where I'm at, where you actually don't even need it as much. And you might have these limiting beliefs like, oh, this isn't for me, okay, I can just start something new. But just go ahead and just kill that limiting belief, bro. You do not need it. Why are you holding on to beliefs that don't even serve you? So kill any limiting belief that you have of just, oh, okay, this isn't for me, I shouldn't do this. Go ahead, kill it, get it out of the way, and then move on with your life so then you can actually discipline yourself to be consistent. And another tip that I can give you is just track the small wins so you can see you're actually on track to do something big. Now for me, the way I did this is progress photos. I just went ahead, took a progress photo every now and again, and I could see the progress that I made. And while I wasn't like super buff or anything, it's like I could still see I was bigger than I was before. And there was even some times where I felt like I was skinnier than I was before. But I just pushed through. And now I actually did build an aesthetic body that I'm going to continue to build on top of to get bigger and better, okay? So I really do hope the best for you, bro. And I hope you can get to the success and fulfillment that you want. So, yeah, just honestly push through that, okay? Push through the valley of despair. Fuck the valley of despair, bro.